At 7, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe pushing back against claims of corruption in the country's immigration system, insisting it's stronger than ever. His defense comes after F&M leader Michael Pintard sounded the alarm in a press conference Sunday, calling the system broken. The opposition also rolled out a 6-point immigration plan dubbed Operation Shield if elected to office. Pintard pointed to a sudden rise in National Insurance Board cards being issued, but in a televised address, Monroe said that increase is due to stepped-up enforcement, targeting individuals using fake immigration documents to avoid making contributions.
That's not a function of anything other than compelling people to register. And your NIB card shows whether you're Bahamian or you're not Bahamian. Give all of this impression, but the Defense Force is deployed 3 vessels out at a time, cooperating with the United States Coast Guard, which has its assets deployed, cooperating with the Cuban Border Patrol, cooperating with the government of the Turks and Caicos to stop just that. You are disrespecting the work.
Monroe also pointed to the thousands of foreign labor permits issued after Hurricane Dorian to help rebuild Abaco, questioning what has changed since then. He maintained that under the Davis administration, the immigration system has gotten, or has not gotten worse, but stronger.
We continue to invest millions to better it. And that is why this budget includes substantial investments in upskilling Bahamians through the National Training Agency, BTVI, and other programs. Because while unemployment is at historic lows, we still do not have enough skilled Bahamian labor to meet the demands of our growing economy.
2 Bahamians were reportedly killed in Haiti over the weekend. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said Sunday night they received unconfirmed reports of the deaths. According to reports from Haiti, 3 Bahamian men and 1 Jamaican man were on a speedboat when they were shot at. 2 men reportedly died and another was hospitalized, while 1 man remains unaccounted for. One of the men, believed dead, is reportedly from Moores Island, Abaco. The ministry also cited Haitian National Police sources saying officers intercepted a drug-laden rowboat on Sunday. They say 2 Jamaicans drowned. 1 body was recovered and a Bahamian taken into custody. More than 90 kilograms of cocaine were reportedly seized, and Haitian officials believe several other suspicious boats are still at large. The ministry says it is working closely with Haitian authorities on the matter. A 39-year-old man is charged with child cruelty for allegedly letting his children starve. Authorities stepped in after the children ages 6 and 8 were seen wandering the street and eating from the trash on October 17, 2024. The man denied 2 charges of cruelty to children when he appeared before Assistant Chief Magistrate Callan Vogt Evans. He's expected back in court on July 16th. Motorcycle riding increases during the summer, according to police, but so do deadly crashes. In recent weeks, 2 teens have lost their lives in separate incidents, leaving families devastated. Our Joshua Williams spoke with traffic police who warn all motorists to exercise caution so everyone makes it home safe.
It's become an all-too-familiar scenario. Young men losing their lives in fatal motorcycle accidents, some of them not even caused by a collision with another driver. Statistics show that of the 66 traffic fatalities last year, 12 of them were motorcycle riders. The grim stats have them sounding the alarm, cautioning cyclists to follow the rules and laws put in place to keep them safe. I spoke with the second officer in charge of the traffic division, Superintendent Karan Jennings, about the worrying trend.
We reach out to these cyclists on a daily basis to wear their helmets, drive within the speed limits and within the confines of the traffic laws and the laws of the Bahamas. On the islands, there's not as much traffic as there is in the city of Nassau or Freeport. So those on the islands speed normally be a factor when it comes to the accidents.
And that's just what we've seen recently. On June 30th, 18-year-old Jimmy Johnson died and another teen was injured after their motorcycle crashed into a car in Central Andres. And just last week, 22-year-old Kevon Taylor was killed after his motorcycle collided with another vehicle in Farmers Hill Exumer just after 1 a.m. on Monday morning. And while officers continue to stress the importance of wearing helmets, they say it's the type of helmet you wear that can be the difference between life and death.
Because you have larger CC cycles and the smaller cycles, you don't have as much power as the bigger cycles, so it requires not a big of a helmet, but you should wear a helmet at all times.
Police are also calling on established riding or biking clubs to mentor young riders. Police are encouraging you to think of your family every time you kickstart your bike and rev the throttle.
They are frustrated with the way these guys are on the streets. They're doing stunts in the middle of the road. Also, they have no care of where they do it, school zones, high traffic areas.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thank you for that, Josh. Cable Bahamas Limited slamming an article published in the Tribune Monday which says the company fears bankruptcy over satellite regulation. Cable Bahamas describing the headline as misleading and irresponsible, saying there is no basis for any suggestion that the company is in financial stress. President and Group CEO Franklin Butler on Monday clarifying the company was responding to an IRCA public consultation document about the impact of the satellite technology, and its comments were in effect taken out of context.
So in that discussion, we talked about the implications financially of having an imbalance between how the likes of a Starlink are regulated and the associated fees versus people like ourselves who employ people, who run service to your home, who provides a different level of service in terms of the actual connectivity. Really, we were offering a myriad of solutions and feedback in a public consultation document, which then the Tribune decided they would highlight one element in terms of the financial implications of satellite operators. I want to let every shareholder and every Bahamian know that Cable Bahamas is open for business. We're ready to serve you. If you're having a problem with those other fellows down the road where you can't get your service connected, we want you to know the Bahamians will answer the phone. We are here to provide employment, and we're here to make sure you're connected and you have world-class service right here in New Providence and across the Bahamas.
All right, now to another story we've been following. In less than a week, Carnival Key will open its doors to thousands of visitors on Grand Bahama. On Sunday, they gave media, partners, and residents a sneak peek. Our Megan Shepard was there and shares how the island's minister highlighted local opportunities, while the Deputy Prime Minister praised the port for showcasing the best of the Bahamas.
Rain and inclement weather couldn't stop thousands of Grand Bahamians from enjoying a day at Carnival's largest cruise port, Celebration Key. Spanning 65 acres, the exclusive destination features an array of restaurants, food trucks, miles of lagoons, shopping opportunities, and more. Enjoying a day dedicated to the media and Carnival's partners was Minister for Grand Bahama, Ginger Moxie. She says they've been preparing Grand Bahamians to take advantage of all the opportunities this project will usher in.
Within the walls here, you'd also have a lot of entrepreneurs that have their own businesses. There are some small, some large, but they're here and they're taking advantage of the opportunities. So an exciting time for Grand Bahama Island.
Other cabinet members, parliamentarians, and members of the opposition also taking the opportunity to enjoy the world-class amenities. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper praising Celebration Key for their attention to detail, ensuring the cruise port truly represents the Bahamas. He says he's proud to see the project come to fruition.
This is an exciting moment. Not just for Carnival, for the Bahamian people, the people of Grand Bahama, opportunities for jobs and entrepreneurs, and truly the empowerment of Bahamians. This excites me when I can see one of the investments that we rave about come out of the ground.
Minister of Social Services Miles Lorota, also a part of that delegation, enjoying everything that Celebration Key has to offer. He says this upcoming grand opening is just the economic shot in the arm that Grand Bahama so desperately needed.
You see what's going on with the Grand Dukain, and now this. Hopefully this would be a catalyst for Grand Bahama to regain its prominence that it once had, bring back some magic to the city, and for Bahamians and foreigners to see that Grand Bahama is a place that you could invest in.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
All right, thanks so much for that, Megan. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Gideon, and a happy Monday evening, everybody. Gray skies on the outside, lots of clouds. We do have an unsettled weather pattern in place. We'll show you about that in a short while. But it is 83 degrees on the outside and partly to mostly cloudy skies. The winds out of the southeast at 7 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 89. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands. It's 80 in Freeport, 81 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, as well as in Allentown, Bimini. Then we pick up 82s. Great Harbor Key over in Governor's Harbor. 80 in Nichols, San Andros, the Big Yard, Nassau, here in the capital. 83, 82 in Kemps Bay, South Andros, Black Point, Exuma as well. Then we pick up 84s, Georgetown, Exuma, Deadman's Key, Long Island, Arthurstown, that's in Cat Island. Pair of 83s in Coburn Townsend, Salvador, and in Port Nelson and into the southeast Bahamas. 83, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Acklands, and Abrahams Bay. 84, 84 also in Providencia, Alistrix, and Caicos Islands. Matthew Downing now go deep south. You are the warm spot. 86 degrees at this hour. Satellite radar composite, we have a very unsettled weather pattern across us. National Hurricane Center still watching that area just to the north of us, not really showing any signs of development right now, but there is a low pressure system, and that's basically keeping that unsettled weather pattern across us. Showers and thunderstorms plaguing the northwest Bahamas and portion of the central Bahamas. We will continue this weather pattern tomorrow. That low pressure system will move into the Gulf and tropical national hurricanes, and actually we'll continue to watch this one for some possible tropical development. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports is a busy summer for our elite athletes as they continue the chase to qualify for the World Championships. We'll update you on how they did all around the globe.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trevi Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Martinutt. Let's do show. Bahamian athletes continue to make their presence felt on the international track and field circuit with strong performances across multiple meets in North America and Europe. In Canada, at the Edmonton Athletics Invitational, Denisha Cartwright was third in the 100-meter hurdles in 12.96 seconds, and in the field, Laquan Nairn finished fourth in the long jump at 7.61 meters. A strong Bahamian contingent also took the track at the Ed Murphy Classic in Memphis, Tennessee. Colonique Farrington ran a personal and season's best of 22.66 seconds in the Division F 200-meter final, while Printasia Johnson won the 400-meter Division F final in 51.52 seconds.
On the heels of showcasing their skills against the best in the country, elite junior softball talent took their show on the road. The The Bahamas 14 and under girls softball team captured the championship at the Babe Ruth Caribbean Region International Invitational in Fort Myers, Florida. Team Bahamas wrapped up the weekend with a dominant 12-1 victory over Grand Cayman in the title game, finishing the tournament with a 4-1 record.
One organization continues to use sports as a vehicle for youth empowerment, community uplift, and social impact. Grove-Mate Empire hosted its basketball tournament dubbed Empire in the Cage over the weekend at the Edmund Moxie Park on Blue Hill Road. The event combined competition on the court with purpose on the sidelines. Beyond the scores and highlights, they also focused on education as representatives from the Post Office Savings Bank conducted financial literacy sessions for the young athletes in attendance. That'll do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the search grows more desperate in flood-ravaged Texas Hill Country. 160 people remain missing. Plus, the United Nations says nearly 5,000 dead in Haiti since October as gang violence continues. And the new Superman movie flew high with a $122 million debut in North America, marking DC's biggest domestic opening in years. The story when our news returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The search for flood victims in Texas Hill Country grows more urgent, with at least 132 people confirmed dead after the July 4th flash floods devastated the Guadalupe River area. State officials say more than 160 remain missing in Kerr County alone. Camp Mystic, an all-girls Christian summer camp, lost at least 27 campers and counselors. After a pause due to heavy rain, search and rescue operations resumed Monday with teams using sonar and diving equipment to locate victims, including trailers found buried under 25 feet deep underwater. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, continues to lead the effort as local officials urge patience amid growing frustration and concerns for public safety. Walmart is recalling 850,000 Ozark Trail 64-ounce stainless steel water bottles after reports that the lid can forcefully eject, posing serious injury risks. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the hazard arises when perishable or carbonated drinks are stored for long periods. 3 injuries were reported recently, including 2 cases of permanent vision loss. The bottles were sold since 2017 for about $15. Affected units are silver, have a black screw cap, and bear the model number 83-662 on the packaging. Consumers are urged to stop using them immediately and return to Walmart for a full refund. A new UN report reveals nearly 5,000 people have been killed in Haiti since October 2024, with over 1,000 deaths in and around Port-au-Prince alone. The spiraling gang violence has displaced hundreds of thousands, shuttered hospitals, and pushed Haiti's humanitarian crisis to the brink. The UN says less than 25% of health facilities around the capital are still operational.
Between the 1st of October 2024 and the 30th of June this year, the total number of killings across Haiti was 4,864. Of these, at least 1,018 people have been killed in Artibonite and Centre areas, as well as in Gantier and Fond Parisien in the west of the Port-au-Prince metropolitan area. Caught in the middle of this unending horror story are the Haitian people, who are at the mercy of horrific violence by gangs and exposed to human rights violations from the security forces, as well as abuses by the so-called self-defense groups.
And Superman the movie soared to a $122 million opening weekend in the U.S. and Canada, according to box office numbers, making it the first DC film to crack $100 million domestically since Wonder Woman in 2017. It's also the first title under James Gunn and Peter Safran's DC Studios leadership, aiming to reboot the struggling franchise. Though global numbers were softer at $95 million and just $6.6 million in China, Superman earned strong reviews with 82% on Rotten Tomatoes and an A- cinema score. The film faced tough box office competition from Jurassic World Rebirth and Brad Pitt's F1, but still managed the third biggest opening of 2025. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was July 14th. Then in our news at 7:30, a Bimini Avenue family counting their blessings after a weekend fire destroyed nearly everything they owned. 48 hours later, they're sharing their emotional story. And Canto marks 40 years with a regional tech conference now underway at Bahamas Resort. More from the opening of the Milestone Conference when our news returns.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer service that we pride ourselves on.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was
this day in Bahamian history. In 1971, Clarence A. Bain died at the age of 66. Bain was a politician, member of parliament, cabinet minister, and civil rights activist. Then in 1972, while speaking on the dock in Marsh Harbor, Prime Minister Lyndon Pindling was interrupted by several loud explosions. Previous Central and South Abaco MP Edison Key recalls the moment as an unexpected interruption. As the meeting was going on, a loud explosion, which sounded like a case of dynamite, was discharged a short distance from the dock. At the time, Pindling was aware that many of Abaco's citizens favored separation from the Bahamas rather than becoming a part of an independent nation. The Prime Minister finished his speech and moved quickly off the dock to the safety of dry land. Then in 1987, Bahamian-born American tennis player Ryan Sweeting was born in Nassau, Bahamas. He started playing competitive tennis as a teenager and made an impressive start in the junior circuit, becoming the number 2 in the world junior rankings. Then in 2017, Dr. Bernard Nottage's funeral was held at St. Agnes Anglican Church. It was a fitting send-off held in the heart of the community that the former member of parliament represented for the last decade of his life. Dr. Nottage was a doctor, politician, athlete, social and political activist. And finally, in 2020, a monument memorializing Grand Bahama residents killed during Hurricane Dorian in 1929 was unveiled during a somber ceremony in East End, Grand Bahama. The grief was evident as many family members remembered those who lost their lives.
All right, to watch that historical recap again and for all of today's top stories, remember you can visit rnews.bs and you can share your favorite stories right from the R News Bahamas Facebook page. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is our Jerome Sawyer. He's in for Italia Hall. He's got the latest headlines. Jerome, before I hand it over, though, I just want to send a shout out to Bahama Handprints for our Boldly Bahamian campaign, which wrapped on Sunday. And sorry, you were going to say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I also want to say congratulations to the winner of our major Bahama Handprints giveaway. We had 3 questions. We're still waiting to confirm the details, but I know that individual is going to be very happy with those prints that they're going to get. So yeah, so
Fantastic.
Certainly a shout out to Alana and Megan and the whole team over at Bahama Handprints.
And they made me a star, you know.
I was going to
my
say,
images are everywhere.
I thought you were going to mention that.
I appreciate that journalist turned model.
Listen, that orange shirt, that orange print, sold out. So I mean,
hey. I'll sell it for a price. Top bidder, hit me up. All right. Thanks a lot, Kenito. Well, a Bimini Avenue family counting their blessings after a weekend fire. Plus, Cable Bahamas slams a Tribune article as misleading and irresponsible. Here's a look at your latest headlines. Ahead on our news tonight at 7:30, political meltdown tonight. The Coalition of Independents calling the country's immigration situation an emergency. This after the F&M blasted the system, has broken and unveiled a new plan, but the National Security Minister insists enforcement is stronger than ever. We've got all sides. Plus, shocking video shows 2 bus drivers fighting, punches thrown and tools used. Passengers flee for safety as police are investigating.
I'm Berthany McDermott, and coming up in our news tonight, a tragic fires destroys the home of a family, leaving them homeless. Tonight, the family is appealing for assistance as they pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. We have those details for you tonight in our news.
Plus, Cable Bahamas hits back at a Tribune headline questioning the company's financial stability. The CEO claims an IRCA report has been taken out of context. Our news live at 7:30 starts in a moment.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
NT Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, NT redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. NT is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as NT Corporation shines brighter than ever. NT Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it.
Welcome to our News Live at 7:30. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jerome Sawyer in for Italia Hall tonight. We lead off tonight with a political battle brewing over immigration hours after FNM leader Michael Pintard raised the alarm about alleged corruption in what he called the country's broken immigration system. National Security Minister Wayne Munro fired back in a televised statement saying the immigration system is actually stronger than ever. The response came just as the opposition unveiled a 6-point plan to fix immigration issues called Operation Shield, which they say they will implement if the FNM takes office. Pintard pointed to what he describes as an unusual spike in the national insurance cards. Well, Munro, however, explained that the increase comes mainly from efforts to identify and target people who had previously avoided making NIB contributions. He added that many of those individuals were caught submitting fraudulent immigration documents.
That's not a function of anything other than compelling people to register. And your NIB card shows whether you're Bahamian or you're not Bahamian. Give all of this impression, but the Defense Force is deployed 3 vessels out at a time, cooperating with the United States Coast Guard, which has its assets deployed, cooperating with the Cuban Border Patrol, cooperating with the government of the Turks and Caicos to stop just that. You are disrespecting the work.
Meanwhile, the Coalition of Independents holding a town meeting last night as well, and again zeroing in on the immigration issue, which the party has made a focal point in its campaigning. The event took place at the party's Chippingham headquarters, with party leader Lincoln Bain speaking out about what he calls an emergency situation. The COI has gained traction among Bahamians frustrated with the political establishment, but their rise hasn't been without controversy. Their hardline stance on immigration, combined with Bain's confrontational style, has sparked strong reactions. Over the years, the COI has organized protests against the immigration crisis and confronted residents of shanty towns, many of those moments going viral. At last night's town hall, though, Bain fired back at critics, insisting the COI is not against immigration.
We have received reputational damage for doing so. There are persons who call us all kinds of hateful names. They say we're xenophobic because we want people to come into our country the right way. When we love all people, we just want you to come in the right way. We've had people call us like Hitler. We are not against immigration. We are for immigration. Somebody got to work for us. Because in the New Bahamas, we could be the owners. So someone got to come work for us. But we want you to come the right way. And I don't know in what twisted world would that actually be a problem. To tell you to come to my front door, please. That's it. Just come to the front door. And that is all we are asking.
The COI leader also hitting out at National Security Minister Wayne Munro, who delivered that national statement on immigration earlier that evening.
He said that no one enters this country without a visa. I guess he's talking about when they come here on plane. I guess he's talking about that. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he can't be that crazy. We know they are coming here with visas. The problem is how they getting these visas. How do you get a visa when your whole government shut down? He says that this government knows when they arrive and they know when they leave. Well, that's easy because they ain't leaving.
Well, take a look at these shocking videos obtained by our news. It shows what appears to be two bus drivers fighting in front of a business. The footage shows the men wrestling on the ground, throwing punches and using what appears to be tools to strike each other as passengers scramble out of the bus to safety. The viral video shines a glaring spotlight on growing concerns about safety on public transportation. While it's not a new issue, it's gaining more and more attention as onlookers captured the brawl on their cell phone cameras. Second officer in charge of the traffic division, Superintendent Karan Jennings, says police are looking into this particular incident. He admits it's a wider issue that officers will tackle.
I have seen the videos, but that aspect of it is now between the road traffic department, who issue these persons public service license if they are holders of public service license. So that's where we come in. We do our checks once we stop them, and if they do not have or are in possession of their public service license, they are dealt with.
Well, reckless bus driving is a growing concern in New Providence, putting the lives of innocent passengers and other motorists in jeopardy. Jennings says lately, though, good policing has helped to curb some of it.
There are some complaints, but the complaints has been drastically dropped since our officers out in the mornings doing our patrols. We do have video footage sometimes of bus drivers driving erratically, and once we have those footage, get the plate numbers, find those drivers, and they are dealt with between the road traffic department and the police department.
Well, a 36-year-old man is behind bars tonight accused of molesting a 7-year-old girl. Prosecutors say Michael Lightfoot had unlawful sexual intercourse with a child on July 8. Lightfoot was not required to enter a plea to the charge when he stood before Assistant Chief Magistrate Carolyn Vogt Evans. Bail was denied and the matter adjourned to October 1st. That's when it will be decided whether the matter will proceed to the Supreme Court. Well, a family is picking up the pieces after losing nearly everything they own when a fire tore through their Bimini Avenue home over the weekend. 48 hours after their typical Saturday morning went up in flames, they are thankful no one was hurt. Our Bethany McDermott caught up with the victims, who shared the harrowing tale of how they survived and what they're doing to get their lives back on track. Here's their emotional story.
It was a scary situation that ended with the family being left with nearly nothing to their name after a sudden fire destroyed their Bimini Avenue home. The family tagged our news in this Facebook post showing their heart-wrenching images from the fire as they appeal for assistance. Asia Forbes once lived in the fire-stricken two-bedroom apartment and shared how the situation escalated quickly. She says she went with her mother a few corners down the road when they got word that a fire was engulfing their home.
We got a call from one of her friends, and they said that the neighbor in the front house was on fire. And after we hung up from that call, someone else called, and they was like, our house was on fire. So from the first call, we was rushing from that corner to here, and then we stopped to the shortcut by Subway, and I ran out the car, and when I came, the whole of backyard was like smoking.
Forbes says that's all she remembers from the tragic situation. Her brother and sister were inside the home when the fire lit. Relatives tell us they tried to extinguish the blaze with water but were unsuccessful. No one was injured in the blaze. As for the damage,
basically everything was lost. Our passports and IDs, well, my passports, my brother's passport, my mother's passport was saved, but her bank card, her clothes, my clothes, and IB card, well, her NAB cards, they were in her wallet, and her wallet got burned. Everything for her, all her important documents basically got burned except for the passport.
Loved ones tell us Asia's mother was unable to speak with us Monday morning as she was extremely emotional over the entire ordeal. Her sister, Candy Frazier, shared how they've lived there for more than 5 years. She's grateful to residents who stepped in to help extinguish the blaze and others who have chipped in. Now, as the family reels from this tragic situation, they're asking the public to assist in any way that they can.
She needs basically, honestly, everything at this time. They can reach me. My phone number is 815-0213.
Reporting for our news, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, thanks for that report, Berthany. It's time now for our first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Jerome, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions outside our studios and around the islands. 83 degrees is our current temperature in the partly to mostly cloudy skies. Your winds out of the southeast at 7 miles per hour, but your feels like temperature is a very humid 89 degrees. Satellite radar composite, low pressure system to the north of us that we're going to continue to monitor for some possible tropical development, keeping us with an unsettled weather pattern across the northwest and portions of central Bahamas. Lots of showers and thunderstorms, prompting some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier today from the Department of Meteorology. This pattern will remain in place. That low is going to move across into the Gulf of Mexico, across Florida, and National Hurricane Center giving this a low to medium chance for some potential development. So we will watch this one as it is expected to be just north of us by the end of the week. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
And still to come on our news tonight, Cable Bahamas says a Tribune headline about the company's response to an IRCA consultation is misleading. We've got the company's CEO responding tonight. Plus, Canto celebrates 40 years leading the Caribbean digital evolution. Leaders from across the region convene at Bahamas over the next 2 days, pledging to unite the region through digital innovation. The Prime Minister urges the region not to follow the digital future, but to drive it. The story when our news returns.
About it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. They're going to marvel.
Keisha, one thing with you ain't never have no money. I just sent Miko inside Wendy's just now because Wendy's having their summer promo. Just hot cash, girl. Yes, hot cash. But anyway, we did this one right now. We trying to win this $10,000. And even if you ain't win the $10,000, you can win $2,500 every week. Even if you don't get no ride, Keisha. Anyway, Keisha, I go on Miko Reach. Buy. All you gotta do is upgrade any combo between 1 to 12 to medium or large. And they get this new spicy chicken club sandwich. But I just sent Miko inside there for from June 24th to August 1st. You ain't getting the Wendy's, that's on you. But don't ask me for no money when I win.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris, the paint place, has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
So Cable Bahamas Limited is slamming an article published by the Tribune Monday which says the company fears bankruptcy over satellite regulation. Cable Bahamas is describing the headline as misleading and irresponsible, saying there is no basis for any suggestion that the company is in financial stress. President and Group CEO Franklin Butler today clarifying that the company was responding to an IRCA public consultation document about the impact of the satellite technology, and its comments were in effect taken out of context.
So in that discussion, we talked about the implications financially of having an imbalance between how the likes of a Starlink are regulated and the associated fees versus people like ourselves who employ people, who run service to your home, who provides a different level of service in terms of the actual connectivity. Really, we were offering a myriad of solutions and feedback in a public consultation document, which then the Tribune decided they would highlight one element in terms of the financial implications of satellite operators. I want to let every shareholder and every Bahamian know that Cable Bahamas is open for business. We're ready to serve you. If you're having a problem with those other fellows down the road where you can't get your service connected, we want you to know the Bahamians will answer the phone. We are here to provide employment, and we're here to make sure you're connected and you have world-class service right here in New Providence and across the Bahamas.
Canto, now 40 years in existence, has been at the forefront of the digital evolution in the region. The regional conference returning to the Bahamas this week with opening ceremonies last night. Our Danielle Miller was there and has this recap.
And it's truly a pleasure to be here, even if it's just on screen, to personally welcome you to the Canto family.
Alive CEO and member of Canto Board of Directors, John Gomez, greeting a packed room of attendees at the official opening of Canto's 40th conference and trade show on Sunday night. The widely popular event was held in the Andros Ballroom at Bahamas. Gomez was one of several speakers for the night. Also in attendance was Prime Minister Philip Davis, leaders of the Canto organization, and hundreds of attendees from around the world. The theme for this year's conference is Towards a Unified and Sustainable Caribbean Gigabyte Society. Canto Chairman Del Rio Newman highlighting why it not only speaks to the future, but also demands that we shape it.
4 decades ago, Canto wasn't just formed to watch the evolution of Caribbean telecommunications. We were born to lead it. We have gone from analog to digital, from copper to fiber, from local calls to global connections. We have seen isolated networks become integrated lifelines, powering commerce, healthcare, education, and culture.
Ending the evening's program was featured speaker Prime Minister Davis, who gave this charge.
Canto, you have the capacity to do what politics alone could not, to unite our islands around common digital standards, common investments, and a shared future.
Following the opening ceremony, the evening celebrations continued with Junkanoo and a welcome reception. The Canto Conference will continue with daily sessions over the next 3 days, coming to a close on Wednesday. On the agenda for discussion over the next few days are high-speed connectivity, cutting-edge innovation, and keeping the region up to date with the latest advances in technology. Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, track and field updates from around the world, a junior softball title for Team Bahamas, and one community organization looks to give back through basketball.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trevor Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. Bahamian athletes continue to make their presence felt on the international track and field circuit with strong performances across multiple meets in North America and Europe. In Canada, at the Edmonton Athletics Invitational, Denisha Cartwright was third in the 100-meter hurdles in 12.96 seconds, and in the field, Laquan Nairn finished fourth in the long jump at 7.61 meters. A strong Bahamian contingent also took the track at the Ed Murphy Classic in Memphis, Tennessee. Colonique Farrington ran a personal and season's best of 22.66 seconds in the Division F 200-meter final, while Printasia Johnson won the 400-meter Division F final in 51.52 seconds. In the field, Kaiwan Culmer delivered a personal best of 17 meters in the men's triple jump pro category. At the GAC Invitational in Jacksonville, Florida, Adam Musgrove clocked a personal best of 10.22 seconds to win his 100-meter heat, while Samson Colebrook was third in 10.83 seconds. Musgrove returned to win the 200 meters in 21.07 seconds.
On the heels of showcasing their skills against the best in the country, elite junior softball talent took their show on the road. The Bahamas 14 and under girls softball team captured the championship at the Babe Ruth Caribbean Region International Invitational in Fort Myers, Florida. Team Bahamas wrapped up the weekend with a dominant 12-1 victory over Grand Cayman in the title game, finishing the tournament with a 4-1 record. Team manager Shane Aubrey led a staff that also included coach Deshae Stubbs alongside assistants Oscar Green and Alvon Hall.
One organization continues to use sports as a vehicle for youth empowerment, community uplift, and social impact. Grovemade Empire hosted its basketball tournament dubbed Empire in the Cage over the weekend at the Edmund Moxie Park on Blue Hill Road. The event combined competition on the court with purpose on the sidelines. Beyond the scores and highlights, they also focused on education as representatives from the Post Office Savings Bank conducted financial literacy sessions for the young athletes in attendance.
We got 3 divisions, 17 and under, 23 and under, and our open divisions. Also, we have the post office out here as well that is showing kids how to, that's our savings initiative, to show them how to start saving early, build their bank early. that's why I said we look after the physical and both mental health.
The day also served as a fundraiser to support medical expenses for the mother of Silvano Gibson, a rising talent and product of Grove Made Empire, as she prepares for a medical procedure. The tournament was sponsored by the Honorable Michael Halkitis and featured community-based teams in exciting matchups.
We partnered with Grove Made, some of the young men who live in this community, to organize this tournament. The idea is get the young men involved in some positive activities, use this as a foundation to begin to build the sort of community involvement through sport. You're doing a double thing, you get them involved, occupying some of their time, and as well improving their basketball skills.
Grove Made Empire won the 17U division, Carmichael Road Urban Renewal won 23U, and the Open division was captured by Sterling Men's Basketball. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Okay, so we're headed down to the National Stadium to watch the Home Run Derby. I know your prediction already. You want to change anything?
No, I'll hit like 8 home runs tonight too.
Okay, you're not... back to the studio. Go Jazz.
And still to come on our news, a hot and humid week ahead as afternoon showers and thunderstorms expected. Greg is back at the Weather Center, warning you to stay hydrated and be prepared for sudden weather changes. Find out more coming up in our extended forecast when our news returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, from the teams you already trust.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. Internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trevor Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices.
This is our news. Welcome back. An unsettled weather pattern occurring across the northwest Bahamas, courtesy of a low-pressure system just to the north of us, National Hurricane Center. Will continue to watch that. We get to that in a short while, but across the remainder of the tropics, nothing happening out there. A couple of tropical waves moving across the tropical belt, all showing no signs of development. Into the Caribbean, nothing happening there. All quiet in the Gulf of Mexico, but closer to home, as I mentioned, low-pressure system to the north of the Bahamas. That's dropping towards the south and west. Should cross Florida by tonight and into tomorrow and be into the Gulf of Mexico. National Hurricane Center giving this a low to medium chance for some possible development into something tropical, but even if it doesn't fall into anything tropical, it's going to pump a lot of moisture across the northwest Bahamas, so we're looking for some cloudy conditions as well as some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of those locally heavy, and thunderstorms will be strong to severe at times. But this system will pull out towards the north by the end of the week, leaving us with some trailing moisture, so some more rainfall actually expected in the forecast. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that low pressure system right across the northwest Bahamas and Florida. Eventually, you notice a little bit of a spin. That's going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico by Tuesday and into Wednesday, and it should take most of the moisture across that area, but more moisture still pumping across our area by the middle of the week. Boating forecast: northwest and central Bahamas, the winds will be east to southeast 10 to 15 knots, sea is 2 to 4 feet. High tide is at 11:23 tonight, the low tide at 5:44 in the morning. Southeast Bahamas, small craft caution down there. The winds are stiffer, east to southeast 15 to 20 knots, 4 to 7 foot seas expected. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, with that low pressure system, the National Hurricane Center keeping a close eye on that for some possible development. We will keep showers in the forecast throughout most of the week as trailing moisture will be plaguing us. But by the end of the week, we expect things to clear out, and then early next week, we expect just a slight chance for some more showers in the forecast. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg, and lots of wet days ahead for us. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Our News. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Jerome Sawyer, reminding you to stay with RTV later tonight for the continuation of our Christmas in July programming. Starting at 9 o'clock tonight, we're getting you into the mood just a little bit early. And with that, we'll see you back here tomorrow night. Until then, I'm Jerome Sawyer. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Italia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.